You turn the key, open the door, and before you have even stepped fully inside, your bird reacts. A whistle cuts through the room. Wings shift against the perch. The body leans forward. The eyes become alert. And the familiar rhythm of the house suddenly changes. To you, it may look like simple excitement, but your arrival may be affecting your bird in several different ways at once. Most people assume a bird becomes active when its owner comes home because it wants food, attention, or freedom from the cage. Sometimes those things are part of the response, but they do not explain why the reaction can begin before you speak, before you touch anything, or before you even appear clearly in the room. Your bird may recognize the sound of your footsteps in the hallway. It may know the way your keys move, the pressure of the door, the pattern of your voice, or the sequence of household sounds that usually happens when you return. Long before you reach the cage, your arrival has already begun. Birds are built to notice patterns. In the wild, a change in movement, sound, or group activity can carry important information. Inside your home, your daily routine becomes part of the environment your bird learns to predict. When you leave, the house does not simply become empty, it becomes different. Your voice disappears, your movements stop, doors remain closed. Familiar interactions no longer happen at the expected times. Even when other people are present, your specific pattern may be missing. Then you come home, and the missing pattern returns all at once. Your bird may hear you, identify you, and respond before it has time to settle into a calm greeting. This is why the first reaction can appear intense. The first change you may notice is vocalization. Your bird may whistle, chirp, call loudly, repeat a word, or make a sound it rarely uses at other times. That sound may be a greeting, but it may also be a contact call. Contact calls help social birds confirm where another member of the group is located. When your bird hears you return, it may call to create immediate connection. The sound can function like a question. Are you here? Your answer confirms that the separation has ended. If you always respond when you enter, the greeting can become a shared ritual. Your bird calls, you answer, the bird moves closer, you speak again. Over time, this sequence becomes predictable and emotionally important. The second change is movement. Your bird may climb quickly across the cage, stretch its neck toward you, pace along the perch, flutter its wings, or move to the point closest to the door. This movement can be excitement, but it can also be an attempt to reduce distance. Your presence has returned, and the bird wants to place itself where contact is most likely to happen. Watch the direction of the body. Does your bird lean toward you or away? Are the feathers soft or held tightly against the body? Is the crest gently raised, completely upright, or pressed flat? The whole posture reveals more than the amount of movement alone. A relaxed bird may approach with soft feathers, balanced footing, and curious eyes. An overstimulated bird may move rapidly, call loudly, and struggle to settle. Both birds may be responding to your return, but the emotional intensity is not the same. The third change is that your bird may become unusually demanding. It may call whenever you walk away, resist returning to the cage, or try to stay on your shoulder longer than usual. This can feel like proof of love, and it may reflect a strong bond. But it can also happen because your return has triggered a sudden transition from absence to access. Your bird had no control over when you left or when you came back. Once you are available again, it may try to maintain the connection. This is especially common when your schedule changes. If you return at different times each day, the bird may become more alert to every sound near the door. Unpredictability can make your arrival more intense because it is harder to anticipate. A consistent routine often helps birds settle. When your bird knows roughly when you leave, when you return, and what happens afterward, the transition becomes less surprising. The fourth change may seem like the opposite of excitement. Your bird may become quiet when you come home. It may look at you without calling, remain still, or delay approaching. Silence does not always mean indifference. Some birds pause to observe. They may be studying your voice, posture, pace, and emotional state before deciding how to respond. If you come through the door tense, hurried, or unusually quiet, your bird may notice. The familiar person has returned, but the familiar behavior has not. That mismatch can create caution. Your bird may wait to see whether your movements become predictable again. A soft greeting, slower approach, and familiar routine can help the bird understand that the environment is safe. The fifth change is social checking. Your bird may look directly at your face, follow you from one side of the cage to the other, or call when you leave its field of view. It may not understand where you have been or why you were gone, but it can recognize that an important social partner has returned. Watching you helps the bird rebuild the connection and gather information about what happens next. Some birds begin eating after their owner comes home. Others preen, stretch, play, or settle into a resting posture. These behaviors can reveal that your return has reduced tension. A bird that eats in your presence may feel safe enough to lower its attention. A bird that begins preening may be returning to a calmer state. A bird that rests on one foot after greeting you may be showing that the social environment feels complete again. This does not mean your bird spent the entire day suffering. Birds can rest, play, eat, and interact while you are gone. But your return may still create a noticeable emotional shift because you are part of the bird's familiar social world. There is also a difference between healthy excitement and distress. A brief period of calling, movement, or eager attention can be normal. Constant screaming, frantic pacing, feather damage, refusal to eat when alone, or extreme panic may suggest a deeper separation problem. The goal is not to make your bird depend on your presence for every moment of calm. A secure bond should allow connection when you are home and confidence when you are away. You can support this by making departures and arrivals predictable rather than dramatic. Leave calmly. Return calmly. Greet your bird, but allow the energy of the room to settle before creating intense interaction. You can also provide safe toys, foraging activities, familiar sounds, and opportunities for independent movement. These do not replace social contact, but they help your bird experience the day as more than a period of waiting. Pay attention to what happens immediately after you return. Does your bird call once and relax after you answer? Does it move closer and then begin eating? Does it remain tense until you approach? Does it become distressed whenever you step away again? These small sequences reveal what your arrival means to your bird. It may represent reassurance, stimulation, access, safety, routine, or the restoration of social contact. Your bird may not understand the distance you traveled, the work you completed, or the reason you were gone, but it knows that the soundscape changed when you left. It knows that one familiar presence disappeared, and it knows when that presence returns. This is why behavior can shift so quickly. One moment, the room is quiet and predictable without you. The next, your voice, movement, scent, and attention re-enter the environment. For a highly observant social animal, that is not a small event. The next time you come home, pause before opening the cage or reaching for your bird. Watch the first few seconds. Notice the eyes, the crest, the direction of the body, the first sound, and the moment the tension begins to soften. You may realize that your bird is not simply reacting to the door. It is recognizing the return of a pattern it knows deeply. And when it calls, climbs closer, begins to eat, or finally rests after watching you move through the room. It may be showing you something quiet and important. Your presence has become part of the way home feels familiar. Tell me in the comments what your bird does when you return. Does it call before you enter, rush toward you, become quiet, or wait until you speak? The answer may reveal not only how much your bird notices, but what your return has come to mean.